Hello, my name is Michael Williams with True Outlaw Consulting. Now, you saw the title of this video and you want to come in and see what it is about. The title of this video is "The Black Church is the Salvation of the Black Community." And before the end of this presentation, you're going to see why I say that. Now, there is too much information to share about this topic to be put into one video. So there's going to be 4 parts. And this is the first part. The first part, but let's talk about the 4 parts. Four parts are going to be, we're going to talk about ownership, because there's no sense in trying to do anything if we don't own anything. That's not work. That hasn't worked, and it doesn't work. So we're not even going to discuss that, trying to do it without that. Then we're going to be talking about, once we get the ownership, let's get protection. How we can use a strategy to protect our own neighborhoods with our own people. Now, another thing is education. Now, I'm not only talking about an education as far as schooling, I'm talking about a financial education. Because that's going to take us further than a school education. And a lot of people are seeing that because they graduate, getting those degrees, and still can't find a job. But they don't have the financial literacy that's needed in our community in order for us to really do what we need to do. And the 4th thing is passing well. A lot of us are dying and not leaving our children anything, when other groups are leaving things to their children. I mean, this is things that they discuss while they're here. So this is some things that we need to discuss. So those are the 4 areas we're going to cover. So the first area is going to be ownership. Let's talk about how the black church can help corral a lot of these neighborhoods that are gone down, because we're crying about gentrification, but we're not doing anything in the community to make the community better. These people are coming to the communities and building it up, and they're saying they're running people out. Okay, we're going to discuss that too. We're going to address that issue. But they're coming in and making and beautifying the neighborhood and making it better. You're saying they're running us out, but like I said, we're going to talk about that later. But we're crying about them doing that, but steady, we're not doing anything to help our own communities. Like I said, we must make sure we're going to discuss that. So those are the 4 things we're going to cover. But today, first thing we're going to cover, those are going to be covered in the next 3 videos, the 4 video series. So that's going to be covered later. So the first thing we're going to discuss is ownership. Now, before we talk about that, let's talk about some facts. In major cities, there are at least 3 mega stores, at least 3 black mega churches. Okay, here in Atlanta, let's talk about Creflo Dollar. And yes, that is his real name. I researched it, Creflo Dollar. Creflo Dollar I think he made like $65 million last year. $65 million. Now, I'm not dumb. I know that he's running the empire. He's running it's like a corporation. So let's say he spent $45 million to run all the things he needs to pay, because you know all that he didn't pocket all that because he is running the business. So after that, you got $20 million left. So let's see how we can get him to inject something to the community without alienating the people that's in his congregation by helping other people, and also to bring all this together. So let's do this. Let's say that this is just one church now. Let's say he take, and we're going to, like I said, my goal is to talk about 3 churches per big city. And we talk about taking 5 people out of the congregation. Let's say he take 5 people out of his congregation. 5 business-minded individuals. And let's say they allocate, let's say $7 million. And the way I'm going to do it is, there's going to be tax written off, or either going to be incentives, he can get tax write-offs for that. But we're going to discuss that later. But let's say he allocates $7 million. Let's say for each one of the people in his congregation that are business-minded, the goal is to get them to start buying up businesses and residential properties surrounding the church, or either in an area that they choose. Let's say he got 5 of those. So each one of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say they give allocate 1.5 million for each one of them. 1.5. Well, that'll be $7 million. Let's do just one. Let's say for each one of those people, he allocate $1.5 million. Now, with this 1.5 million, we're gonna break it up into 3 sections. Let's say 500K, 500K, 500K. Now, also, this money, we're not gonna ask him to do it alone. Like I said, the goal is to go to councilmen and people in the city and say, this is what we want to do. What kind of help could you provide? Because they still owe us, for the land and the mules, so they're going to give us something. See if they can pay half of it. See if you can get a grant for it. I'm sure there's a grant for this. So that's probably a grant that can pay this whole $7 million. But we can talk about that later too. So let's get on to the presentation. $500,000. Let's say with $500,000, you need to buy 2 to 3 businesses. Now this is in an area with predominantly black, probably a drug-infested area that we know we can get properties cheap. Or either it's an area in a black neighborhood where other people have businesses. So what we do is you go in there about 2 to 3 businesses, use $500,000 for that, then use $500,000 to buy 5 to 10 houses in those neighborhoods. Now these 2 businesses, you want them to be something that we as African Americans would go to. Like I said, no rim shops, no rap studios, no things like that. Something that we can use. Like, let's say for instance a herb shop that gives natural foods, or a fruit stand or food stand. Okay? Now, let's say there's 5 to 10 houses. If you buy 5 to 10 houses, let's try to buy them all within the same area. And you own those houses. Now, this is the plan. Now, the other $500,000, that's going to be towards other things that I'm about to bring up. Let's say, for instance, to protect the neighborhood, when you buy those 5 houses, 2 of those houses are going to be for police officers. I'm going to tell you why. Those 2 houses are going to be free for them because you want them in the neighborhood. You want one at this end of the neighborhood and one at this end of the neighborhood. And you give them incentives to bring their car home. You say, if you bring your car home, we will pay your light bill or something like that. In other words, they got the house free. You fix it the way they want it. For them, you try to get them into the neighborhood. Because think about it. If somebody offered me a free house, I'll move there because your goal is to get the neighborhood cleaned up. Now, several things going to happen when this happens. When you start cleaning up the neighborhood, you start buying the business and making the neighborhood look good, what they going to do to the drug dealers? Drug dealers or people like that or squatters, they like areas that are not neat, that are nasty, and they have houses to run down houses to stay in. So what you do is you buy up all the run up houses and you put people in them that runs them off. Also, you show them that you care for your neighborhood that runs them off. So that covers that. That's what we had. So give the 2 officers 2 free houses. Tell them to bring their squad car home so the neighborhood is protected. Then, like I said, you buy the other houses, and what you do, if you have people in your church that are needy, sell the house to them. Or to set them up on some type of program where they get those houses. But there's going to be stipulations. Just like these police officers going to have stipulations for their free house, these people got to have stipulations for being in their house at a discount. The store owners got to have stipulations. And everything is going to come back to everybody working with each other. The sentence is the police officer, you have to shop at those businesses. The incentive for these homeowners, you have to shop at their business. And the incentive for the business owners, you got to live in the neighborhood. You got to live in the neighborhood. See how that works? That way, you're keeping the dollars circulating and you growing everything within this neighborhood. So now, let's go further. Okay, and this is just one of the 5 people. This is one. So you're talking about one person buying up 1 or possibly 2 blocks in an area to clean it up. So now let's talk about this may go into the education part, but this is the first part, which is talk about how we can buy. It's called buying the block back. Buy back the block. Buy back the block. This is how we can do it. Now, if you got 5 people doing this in 5 sections, one church, using $7 million, got 5 people doing this in 5 sections of the city. So you're talking about 5 communities that have black-owned businesses, that have houses and real estate, and they have their own two people police force to protect the neighborhood. Yes, they work for the police department, but when they come home, their police car, they come into the neighborhood. If somebody knows that a police officer stay in their neighborhood, the chances are they're not gonna do no drug dealing in their neighborhood. Think about that. That's powerful. That's why you're giving them free houses, so they will stay there. Get them all kinds of incentives to stay in that neighborhood. All right, we got that covered. What else we need to cover? And the businesses, make sure that everybody in the neighborhood, like I said, everybody that you helping, have to shop at these businesses. I'm gonna tell you what else is going to give these businesses a boost. Let's do a bust a move Monday. Now, whatever neighborhood this church, Creflo, decides to put this church in, do this project in, that he go in his congregation and say, look, this is part of us rebuilding our community. I'm asking that all of our members that can will go to XYZ businesses in this neighborhood to buy something once a week. So if you got 25 to 30,000 members and you ask them to patronize this black-owned business, you're a man of God that they are following, and he tells you to do that, how many people do you think are going to go there? Quite a few of them. Even if 1,000 go to that one business, that business is going to remain in the black. Remain in the black, because every Monday, it's a bust a move. You bust a move to one of those businesses, or either all 3 of them have certain sections of your church. Tell you, go spend $1. Go spend $2. It don't have to be. You don't have to buy groceries. We want you to buy groceries, but start off paying $1 or $2 at back. Drive a little bit if you have to. That's what we did back in the day. Let's get back to that. This is the first part of how the black church can help the black community. Like I said, this is only one community, possibly one or either 2 blocks. This can work. It can easily work. All you got to do is get him to sign off on it. Get him to sign off on it. But everybody's saying, well, why should we help the people in the community? They're not going to church. That's why I said you pick 5 members from the church. Help them become millionaires. Because this is going to help them become millionaires. Let them run those companies. Let them be separate companies up under the umbrella of Creflo Dollar Enterprises, whatever you want to do, or make another entity so the church won't run into no legal issues. This is how it can be done. Now, you got 3 mega churches doing this. So that'll be 15 neighborhoods in the black community that are poised for wealth. Now, the main thing about this, which like I said, is going to go over to the education and the passing of wealth. I'm going to show you how this situation right here can help as far as education, financial education, and leaving a legacy for your family. So this is Mike. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off right there. Now, if you have any questions or comments, or you have statements about what I just said, or any way to make it better, please comment. Let's talk about this. This is something we're not talking about. If you can hear my voice, I'm passionate about this. This can work. But like I said, it all comes down to, it don't have to be necessarily Creflo or somebody else in the community. It could be a celebrity. But everybody's going to be looking at this right here. Well, they ain't got $7 million to do that. They ain't got $7 million to do that. If you go to your politician, a church with all his people, and say, look, this is what we're trying to do. We would love your help. If not, I just tell my congregation, you just said no. You don't want to help the black community. Or either tell my congregation, you told us no. And a quiet, and way back in my say, okay, tell the folk not to vote for me. Yeah, that's how it works. Get the politician on your side. And then also, you can say, look, we know some unscrupulous people out there that don't want to see this happen. People are calling white supremacists. We know they don't want to see this happen. So look, tell the politician the same thing. We want protection from stuff like that. You said we need to do something for ourselves? Okay, this is what we're trying to do for ourselves. first of all, help us to get a grant to do that. But the church got to be willing to put up the $7 million to get a loan for it. Oh, another thing. All the money that's making from the DeFi guys making here, make sure that money goes to a black bank. That's going to help ensure that we have access to the funds that we need. Got to go to a black bank. So like I said, if you have any questions or comments about this video and how we can make this better, tell me what I missed. Tell me, because I don't have it all figured out yet, but I just want to put it out there. I want to start the conversation. What can we do better? What else can we do? What are the loopholes? Now, if you're one of them Doubting Thomas that's going to say, well, they can't happen because of this can't happen because of this, can't happen, forget it. Let's try it. Let's talk about what if it could happen. Instead of telling all the ways why it ain't gonna work, let's look about okay, what happens if it does work? Let's do it that way. So this is Mike with True Outlaw Consulting, trying to do something for our community. So I'm waiting for your thoughts and your comments. Contact me. Hit the like button, share button, dislike button, whatever's down there. But share this video. Talk to you. Send us to some friends. Tell them to tell you what they think about it. And let's talk about this. So this is Mike. This is video 1. And the next one's going to be, we're going to go more into the protection part. So we're going to talk about that a little more in video 2. So this is Mike out.